Justin Herbert, complete passing analysis. Herbert led the Los Angeles Chargers to an efficient, vertically oriented passing performance against the Tennessee Titans' heavy zone defense. According to Pro Football Focus PFF data, Herbert attempted 29 passes on 39 dropbacks, completing 1965.5% for 249 yards, 8.6 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, posting a 101.1 National Football League NFL passer rating and a 77.3 overall PFF offensive grade. His performance embodied controlled aggression, emphasizing intermediate and deep accuracy while maintaining rhythm and mobility under pressure. Passing concept efficiency. Herbert's throw distribution by play design reflected a calculated balance between play action and drop-back passing. On 12 play action attempts, 30.8% of total, he completed 8 of 11 passes, 72.7% for 83 yards, 7.5 yards per attempt, and a touchdown, producing an estimated +0. 28 expected points added EPA per play and a 124.4 passer rating. His non-play action attempts, 27 passes, generated 166 yards at 9.2 yards per attempt with 1 touchdown and 1 interception, delivering a 69.6 PFF offensive grade and demonstrating command on deeper, intermediate routes average depth of target 12.8 yards. On screen plays, he completed his only attempt for 6 yards. Across all passing concepts, Herbert maintained consistent efficiency through intermediate and deep throws, finishing with +0 to 27 EPA per dropback and an 80% adjusted completion rate. Depth distribution. Herbert's vertical aggressiveness defined the passing plan, reflected in an average depth of target of 11.6 yards. On deep throws 20+ yards, he completed 4 of 757.1% for 107 yards, 15.3 per attempt, and a touchdown, earning a 93.8 PFF passing grade and a 141.4 passer rating. Intermediate passes 10-19 yards were nearly perfect, with 3 completions on 4 attempts for 50 yards, 12.5 per attempt, and a 116.7 rating. In the short range 0-9 yards, Herbert completed 9 of 1181.8% for 76 yards and a touchdown, while his behind-the-line throw screens and flats went 3 for 3 for 16 yards and 1 short touchdown. This produced an overall success rate of 52%, a completion percentage over expected CPOE of +7.1%, and an explosive pass rate of 28%, placing Herbert among the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL for Week 9. Directional and situational breakdown. By field location, Herbert was at his most dangerous attacking deep and to the right. He completed 3 of 5 throws to the deep right zone for 76 yards and a touchdown, including a vertical post to Keenan Allen and a wheel route to Tucker Fisk. On the left side, he went 1 for 1 for 31 yards on a fade to Quentin Johnston. Intermediate throws between the numbers were completed on 3 of 4 attempts for 50 yards, exploiting Tennessee's linebackers in cover 2 and quarter shells. On shorter passes between the numbers, he completed 7 of 9 for 57 yards and 1 interception, primarily on run-pass option RPO glance routes, where middle linebacker Cedric Gray dropped into the passing lane for the turnover. He was perfect on short right side, throws 2 of 2 for 19 yards, and 1 touchdown to fullback Scott Matlock, and behind-the-line designs 3 of 3 for 16 yards. Pressure and blitz splits. Herbert faced significant pressure on 42.9% of his dropbacks, 15 of 39, yet demonstrated exceptional control and timing. When kept clean, he completed 77.3% of his passes for 9.2 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, earning an 81.8 offensive grade, 77.0 passing grade, and a 116.3 passer rating. Under pressure, however, his completion rate dipped to 28.6%, 6.6 yards per attempt, though he avoided turnovers and took only 1 sack, maintaining a 57.2 PFF grade. Against standard 4-man fronts not blitzed, Herbert completed 72.2% of passes for 8.2 yards per attempt and a 115.0 rating. When blitzed, he remained poised, completing 54.5% for 9.2 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception for a 78.2 passer rating. His average time to throw was 2.96 seconds, nearly identical to his season average, with a consistent 3.04 seconds on play action and 2.92 seconds on standard dropbacks, showcasing efficient rhythm and release control. Efficiency profile. Expected points added per dropback, plus 0.28, top 10 league-wide. Explosive play rate 15 plus yards, 28%. Success rate 52%. Completion percentage over expected, plus 7. Depth of target, 11.6 yards. Average time to throw, 2.96 seconds. Pressure rate, 42.9%. Sack rate, 2.5% of pressured dropbacks. Scrambles, 4 for 45 yards, 2 first downs. EPA, differential play action versus non-play action, plus 0.23. These metrics show Herbert's vertical control, quick decision-making, and situational awareness under pressure. His aggression 24% of throws 20-plus yards downfield aligned perfectly with the Chargers' new Harbaugh era boot action and vertical concept structure. Analytical takeaways. 1. Vertical control. Herbert's deep right accuracy 3 of 5, 76 yards. 1 touchdown exploited Tennessee's cover, 3 boundary shell, demonstrating elite ball placement on verticals. 2. Intermediate precision. A perfect 4-4 on throws between 10, 19 yards inside the numbers, plus 0.40 EPA per play. 3. Pressure management 13.0 rating versus Witt's compared to 56.0 when not blitzed, showing outstanding pre-snap recognition and hot read efficiency. 4. Play action advantage, plus 2.6 yards per attempt, and plus 0.23 EPA/play gain on play action throws compared to standard dropbacks. 5. Rushing utility, 4 scrambles for 45 yards added approximately 1 touchdown's worth of EPA. 6. Error minimization, only 1 turnover-worthy play, a tip slant interception despite heavy pressure. 5. Quarterback comparison, Justin Herbert versus Cam Ward Week 9, 2025. Comparative takeaways. Justin Herbert Chargers. Herbert combined vertical aggression with control, averaging 11.6 yards per target and a 28% explosive play rate, producing top 10 league efficiency in EPA plus 0.27 per dropback. His mastery of play action plus 2. 6 yards per attempt differential. Quick decision making under Blitz 113.0 passer rating, and limited turnover risk solidified him as one of the most efficient quarterbacks of the week. Cam Ward Titans. Ward's game plan leaned conservative, featuring an average depth of target of 7.8 yards and an emphasis on short and intermediate routes. He completed 16 of 27 passes for 148 yards, 6.7 yards per attempt with no touchdowns or interceptions. Although he avoided turnovers, his pressure completion rate 50% and negative EPA when not blitzed, 0.15 per play, underscored the Titans' offensive limitations against Los Angeles' disciplined zone coverages. Contextual summary. The Week 9 matchup between Los Angeles and Tennessee highlighted a stark difference in quarterback efficiency and scheme design. Justin Herbert's Chargers offense executed a vertically layered attack that punished Tennessee's deep zone spacing for 249 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and plus 0.28 EPA per dropback, while Cam Ward's Titans relied heavily on short area RPOs and play action, producing only 148 passing yards with limited explosive potential. Herbert's combination of aggressive depth, clean mechanics under pressure, and situational mobility defined the offensive separation in this game, translating to an 18% third down success advantage and a plus 21.7 passer rating differential, ultimately shaping the Chargers' superior offensive rhythm and game control.
In Week 9 of the 2025 NFL season, the Los Angeles Chargers offense executed one of its most balanced performances of the year. Powered by Justin Herbert's elite efficiency, consistent pass protection from the interior offensive line, and explosive production from Quentin Johnston and Oronde Gadsden II, according to Pro Football Focus PFF data. The unit's overall offensive rhythm was defined by Herbert's precision passing, vertical coordination, and situational play calling efficiency under head coach Jim Harbaugh and offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi. Justin Herbert, quarterback mastery and efficiency. Quarterback Justin Herbert delivered an elite-level outing, earning an overall offensive grade of 77.3 and a passing grade of 69.5. Herbert logged 61 total snaps, 39 pass plays, 19 run plays, and generated +0. 28 expected points added EPA per dropback, one of the top marks among NFL quarterbacks that week. His pocket poise was exceptional, particularly against Tennessee's 43% pressure rate, and he produced an 80.8 rushing grade due to key scrambles, including a 30-yard gain that accounted for over a third of the team's total rushing EPA, Herbert's controlled tempo. 2.95-second average time to throw and high-confidence decision-making neutralized the Titans' pressure packages, leading to a 100 and 1.1 passer rating and the offense's most efficient passing performance of the season, receiver and tight end production. Quentin Johnston graded as the Chargers' top wide receiver with an offensive grade of 71.8 and a receiving grade of 70.5, highlighted by his vertical efficiency and improved physicality at the catch point. Johnston caught 4 of 6 targets for 53 yards and 1 touchdown, including a 23-yard fade over cornerback Jolly Armour Davis and another deep post for 19 yards. His expanded catch radius and 61.9 run blocking grade reflected a growing completeness as a downfield receiver. Tight end Tucker Fisk earned a 71.2 overall grade, functioning as both a reliable TE2 and a complementary run blocker. He caught 1 pass for 12 yards after the catch by Akon, a boot action leak into the flat, maintaining strong engagement on 17 run blocking snaps. Slot receiver Tree Harris also impressed, earning a 70.6 offensive grade, going 2 for 2 on intermediate crosses between the hashes for chain-moving completions that sustained drives. On the interior offensive line, right guard Jean-Marie Salyer was a stabilizing force with a 70.4 overall grade and a pass blocking grade of 87.4, allowing 0 pressures on 22 pass sets, ranking as the best pass protector on the team. Veteran tackle Bobby Hartley, in a rotational role, earned a 70.0 grade and maintained solid consistency with a 76.1 pass blocking grade and a 68.0 run blocking grade, anchoring against Tennessee's interior stunts. Keenan Allen, the veteran slot receiver, maintained efficiency with a 67.2 offensive grade and a 66.3 receiving grade, converting 2 crucial third downs and finishing with 41 yards, including a 31-yard deep completion. Lab McConkey, meanwhile, graded 66.2 overall, serving as Herbert's short to intermediate separation specialist with 4 catches for 56 yards, providing consistent rhythm in Los Angeles' layered play action attack. Fullback Scott Matlock continued to thrive in specialized roles, earning a 65.0 grade and scoring a goal line touchdown on a cleverly designed play action leap. His run blocking grade of 57.3 and pass grade of 70.4 demonstrated strong 2-phase versatility. Tight end Oronde Gadsden II posted a 63.3 overall grade after catching all 6 of his targets for 67 yards, including a 34-yard seam route and multiple short completions that extended drives. His receiving grade of 63.2 and run blocking mark of 59.5 reflected a balanced, big slot role as Herbert's security blanket in pressure situations. Running back and backfield contributions. In the backfield, running back Jared Patterson earned a 65.7 offensive grade, leading all ball carriers with 4.6 yards per carry on limited attempts. His run blocking grade of 71.1 and pass blocking mark of 54.7 underscored a productive dual role and gap concepts. Kamani Vidal received a 60.1 overall grade, functioning as the team's volume runner with 12 carries for 29 yards, 2.4 yards per carry, and an 84.0 pass blocking grade, excelling in protection against the Titans' blitz looks. Vidal's low explosiveness 0 runs over 10 yards was balanced by his consistency in short yardage situations. Offensive line evaluation. Across the offensive line, pass protection was largely positive on the right side but inconsistent on the left. Center Bradley Bozeman anchored the middle effectively, earning a 62.8 overall grade and a 70.8 pass blocking grade, allowing only 1 hurry across 39 passing snaps. Left tackle Joe Alt graded 55.0 overall with a 53.9 pass blocking score, surrendering 2 pressures, but holding firm in outside zone run fits 53.8 run block grade. Left guard Zion Johnson struggled against interior pressure, posting a 53.0 overall grade and a 39.3 pass blocking grade, his lowest of the season, as the Titans' interior rushers Dr. Lamont Jones and Sebastian Joseph Day repeatedly collapsed the pocket from his side. The right side of the line performed far better. Right tackle Trey Pipkins III graded 45.2 overall and allowed 4 pressures, but still managed a respectable 61.7 pass blocking mark against heavy edge rushes from Jihad Ward. Right guard Foster Sorrell, however, was the clear weak link, finishing with a 42.2 overall grade and 29.2 pass blocking score, leading to multiple pocket breakdowns. Despite these inconsistencies, the right side of the line, Sawyer and Hart, provided Herbert with clean pockets on most of his play action setups, reflected in his 92.8% pass block efficiency. Complementary roles and supporting pieces. Fullback Scott Matlock and tight end Tucker Fisk played vital roles in protection and short yardage packages. Both were instrumental in Los Angeles red zone bootleg and league concepts, which resulted in 2 touchdowns. Matlock's 2-yard reception and Johnston's 23-yard fade. Their blocking assignments were key to neutralizing Tennessee's simulated 5-man pressures. In reserve roles, Keandre Lambert-Smith and Darius Davis contributed as situational receivers. Lambert-Smith graded 57.6, seeing 1 deep target incomplete, while Davis earned a 56.6 grade, catching 1 short pass in motion action. Jared Patterson and Kimani Vidal combined for 61 backfield snaps, complementing Herbert's play action sequences and providing consistent protection on rollout plays, offensive trends, and overall assessment. From a macro standpoint, the Chargers' offensive efficiency stemmed from elite quarterback play, strong right side protection, and a balanced target distribution. Herbert's accuracy and play action synergy produced plus 0.28 EPA per dropback, while his rushing contribution, 4 scrambles, 48 yards, 1 touchdown added plus 1.1 EPA on the ground. The right side of the offensive line, anchored by Salyer and Hart, maintained flawless pass protection, while Gadsden and Fisk anchored the tight end group with strong dual-phase reliability. Conversely, the left side, Alt, Johnson, and Sorrell allowed a combined 6 pressures, compressing Herbert's pocket on multiple dropbacks, but failing to derail drives due to his composure under duress. The receiving core excelled across roles. Johnston as the vertical target, Allen as the chain mover, McConkey as the intermediate separator, and Gadsden as the seam safety valve. In total, Los Angeles' Week 9 offensive performance reflected high-level cohesion across skill positions, creative sequencing from the coaching staff, and standout individual play from Herbert, Johnston, and Sawyer. Despite uneven left side blocking, the Chargers' offense operated efficiently in both the air and ground phases, producing one of the most complete offensive performances of the 2025 season against a disciplined Titans defense. Titans rushing grades Week 9, 2025 versus Chargers. Individual rushing performance. Vertical bar player vertical bar, post vertical bar, at vertical bar, yards vertical bar, YPA vertical bar, TD vertical bar, FM vertical bar. Run grade vertical bar, RBLK vertical bar, YC. O/A vertical bar, YCO vertical bar, MTF vertical bar, 10 plus vertical bar. Long vertical bar, 15 plus vertical bar, breakaway percent. Vertical bar, notes vertical bar, 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 vertical bar. Sharp workload but efficient, 1 level acceleration, vertical bar, Cam Ward vertical bar, QB vertical bar, 2 vertical bar, 4. Vertical bar, 2.0 vertical bar, 0 vertical bar. 0 vertical bar, 58.3 vertical bar, 23.6. Vertical bar, 0.5. 0 vertical bar, 1 vertical bar, 0 vertical bar, 0 vertical bar, 6 vertical bar, 6 vertical bar, 0.0% vertical bar. Occasional scramble success, no design runs vertical bar. Vertical bar, Tony Pollard vertical bar, HB vertical bar, 10 vertical bar, 50 bar in metric value context. Total attempts 18, modest volume. Total yards 83, 4.6 YPA team average. Yards after contact 63.33 YC. O/A above league average efficiency after contact. Missed tackles force 6, solid creation rate 0.33 MT. F/A. T 10 plus. Yard run 6, 33% of total yards. Heavy reliance on chunk gains. Longest run 55 yards. Pollard 1 explosive run equals 66% of total EPA. First downs, rushing 3, all by Pollard. Fumbles 2, Pollard negated an otherwise explosive performance. Analytic insights. Efficiency split, Spears was steady 4.0 YPA plus 0. 0.5 EPA/rush estimated, Pollard volatile plus 0. 22 EPA/run pre-fumble, 0.35 post-fumble. Contact balance, Spears averaged 4.7 YC/O/A, ranking top 15 among RBs for week 9, strong through arm tackles, low pad level. Explosive profile. Titans generated 16% explosive rush rate, boosted by Pollard's 55-yard outside zone break. Schematic trend, 9 zone concepts 50%, 8 gap runs 44%, heavy inside zone and counter emphasis. Red zone inefficiency, no rushing TDs despite 2 goal-to-go snaps EPA, Bay roll 26, play inside 10.
Dike, receiving summary and efficiency analysis week 9, 2025 versus Los Angeles Chargers. In week 9 of the 2025 NFL season, wide receiver Dike played a limited, short area role in the Tennessee Titans passing game during their matchup with the Los Angeles Chargers. His receiving direction chart reflected his restricted usage and minimal impact, consistent with his low Pro Football Focus PFF offensive grade of 34.2 from the Titans offensive breakdown. Dike was targeted only twice, catching both passes for a total of 5 yards, adding 9 yards after the catch YACH, but failing to record a first down. Both receptions occurred within 9 yards of the line of scrimmage, confirming his deployment as a short slot possession outlet rather than a vertical or intermediate threat. His first catch came on a quick slant between the numbers against soft zone coverage, producing a short gain with modest yards after contact. The second was a shallow flat route to the right side, caught behind the sticks against press coverage, which netted minimal yardage before being stopped by the Chargers' pursuit. Statistically, Dike's average depth of target ADOT was 2.5 yards, and he generated just 0.12 yards per route run, the lowest on the Titans' offense in week 9. While he maintained a 100% catch rate, his expected points added EPA per target was 0.05. indicating no positive offensive contribution on either play. His overall usage was schematic rather than tactical, functioning as a low-risk outlet to widen shallow zones or occupy flat defenders in run-pass option, RPO, and spacing concepts. From a coverage standpoint, Dike was matched primarily against cornerback Cam Hart and linebacker Deion Henley, both of whom limited his yards after the catch through disciplined containment. Dike averaged 2.7 yards of separation at the catch point, with all of his yardage coming after the catch rather than from vertical route development. His route tree consisted almost exclusively of quick outs, shallow curls, and drag routes, confirming that he was not used in intermediate or deep passing situations. The Titans receiver rotation further emphasized Dike's marginal offensive role. While Aiyonomo produced 48 yards and 3 first downs on 30 snaps, Dike logged 41 snaps, yet managed only 5 receiving yards and no conversions. Team efficiency data reinforced this disparity. Tennessee averaged plus 0.10 EPA per play when Dike was not targeted, compared to 0.04 EPA per play when he was, making his targets net negative in offensive value. In summary, Dike's Week 9 performance was emblematic of his schematic purpose rather than playmaking potential. He operated almost exclusively as a short slot safety valve within the Titans' shallow passing structure, reliable for completions, but offering no vertical stretch, explosive potential, or chain-moving production. His usage rate, 6% team target share, and limited depth of routes underscored his status as a possession receiver within Tennessee's conservative, zone expansion passing game. Tight end Chigoziem. Okonkwo played a limited receiving role in the Tennessee Titans' offense during their loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. His receiving direction and depth chart confirmed his usage as a short area, safety valve option, and explained his middling pro football PFF offensive grade of 48.0 and receiving grade of 53.7. He was targeted only 2 times, catching both passes for a total of 10 yards, including 8 yards after the catch YAC, but failed to produce a first down or any explosive gains. Both of Okonkwo's receptions came on short routes within 9 yards of the line of scrimmage, illustrating his confinement to underneath concepts. His first target came on a shallow flat route to the left, which he caught for 4 yards before being tackled immediately. The second was a stick route between the numbers at 6 yards, where he broke initial contact to add 2 yards before being stopped in the open field. He was not used at all in intermediate 10, 19 yards or deep 20-plus yards route concepts. Statistically, Okonkwo finished with a 100% catch rate, an estimated expected points added EPA per target of plus 0.02, and an average depth of target ADOT of just 2.5 yards, the hallmark of a short-range checkdown option rather than a vertical tight end threat. Okonkwo's yards per route run Y/RR was 0.33, far below the league average for tight ends 1.15, and he generated an average of 1.8 yards of separation at the catch point, well below the positional norm of 2.7 yards. His route tree consisted entirely of flat, hook, and drag routes, emphasizing short yardage spacing rather than seam or intermediate usage. Both of his receptions came on early down play action bootlegs, one functioning as a leak into the flat, and the other as a designed stick route against zone coverage. Okonkwo targeted strong safety Derwin James Jr., both of whom maintained tight coverage, preventing him from creating leverage or meaningful post-catch opportunities. When placed in context with the rest of Tennessee's tight end group, Okonkwo's short area usage stood in sharp contrast to Gunnar Helm, who produced 15 yards on a single vertical seam reception and generated plus 0.34 EPA per target, compared to Okonkwo's plus 0.02. That 0.32 EPA differential underscored the Titans' greater efficiency when targeting deeper tight end routes. Okonkwo also struggled in pass protection, earning a PFF pass blocking grade of 33.5 after allowing 2 quarterback hurries-on play action setups. Overall, Okonkwo's Week 9 performance epitomized his current offensive role. A reliable but low-impact tight end used primarily for short completions and schematic spacing rather than dynamic vertical. He caught both of his targets, but added minimal yardage value, failed to move the chains, and contributed little to the Titans' overall passing efficiency. His alignment split further reflected this conservative usage, 78% inline and 22% in the slot, confirming that he functioned almost exclusively as a short yardage outlet and not as a featured pass-catching threat.
Wide receiver Van Jefferson served as the Tennessee Titans' primary vertical perimeter option in their matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. His Pro Football Focus PFF receiving direction chart revealed a clear deep route emphasis within Tennessee's offensive structure, as Jefferson was targeted 3 times, catching only 1 pass for 21 yards on an intermediate in breaking route. Despite the low overall production, his lone reception accounted for a first down and represented one of the Titans' few efficient downfield completions of the game. Jefferson's 3 targets were heavily skewed toward vertical designs. 2 of them came on deep routes 20-plus yards downfield. An overthrown go route along the left sideline, covered by cornerback Cam Hart, and a post attempt over the middle, broken up by free safety. Derwin James Jr., both incompletions reflected Tennessee's difficulty connecting on deep single coverage opportunities. The only successful throw came on an intermediate dig route 10, 19 yards between the numbers, where Jefferson broke cleanly out of his stem against zone coverage to create 2.4 yards of separation, securing the ball and adding 8 yards after the catch YAC before being tackled. The play produced plus 0.25. Expected points added EPA per target and a passer rating of 118.8, marking it as one of the Titans' most efficient offensive moments of the day. From a depth standpoint, 67% of Jefferson's targets came on throws 20 yards or deeper, confirming his role as a field, stretching Z receiver. He aligned primarily wide left on roughly 72% of his routes, and was tasked with running clear-out vertical patterns that forced safety rotations and opened intermediate windows for teammates Aiyonomo and tight end Gunnar Helm. His average depth of target ADOT was 17.3 yards, the highest on the team, and his yards per route run Y/R finished at 0.84, reflecting limited volume despite his vertical alignment. Defensively, Jefferson faced frequent matchups with cornerback Dante Jackson and safety Derwin James Jr., who succeeded in neutralizing his deep route production, while Jefferson demonstrated solid technique and separation on intermediate breaks. The Titans' protections breakdowns and quarterback Cam Ward's inconsistent accuracy under pressure prevented full capitalization on the deep opportunities. Ward missed Jefferson twice on vertical throws, both off-balance releases that sailed beyond the intended strike zone. Although Jefferson's overall catch rate was just 33%, his single 21-yard gain provided a rare moment of rhythm within Tennessee's passing attack, which otherwise struggled to generate explosive plays. Statistically, Jefferson's performance yielded an EPA per target of plus 0.25, a 33% explosive play rate defined as gains of 15 or more yards, and a 100% first down conversion rate on his lone reception. However, the Titans averaged only 3 targets to Jefferson on 25 total routes, indicating a lack of trust in his one-on-one contested catchability. In the broader offensive context, Jefferson's vertical spacing role was vital to Tennessee's scheme design, even if it did not translate into volume production. His deep routes helped open the middle of the field for Aiyonomo's 30-yard post and Helm's 15-yard seam completion earlier in the game. Still, his efficiency remained modest, limited to 21 total yards, no touchdowns, and a catch percentage of 33.3%. In summary, Van Jefferson fulfilled his schematic role as the Titans' vertical perimeter decoy and occasional deep target, posting the team's highest average target depth but minimal tangible impact. His single intermediate catch highlighted his route running polish, but 2 missed deep connections and minimal volume underscored Tennessee's ongoing inconsistency in leveraging its vertical receivers within a conservative, play-action heavy passing framework. Titans' offense leaned heavily on running back Tyjae Spears and wide receiver Aiyonomo as its most effective pass game contributors during a conservative, play-action-driven performance by quarterback Cam Ward. Both players offered complementary roles within Tennessee's offensive structure, Spears as a short area, high-efficiency outlet, and Aiyonomo as the primary vertical stressor in an otherwise constrained passing attack. Tyjae Spears, receiving efficiency and role. Tyjae Spears continued to establish himself as a true dual threat back, providing both short yardage reliability and open field explosiveness. He was targeted 4 times, catching all 4 passes for 47 yards, with 43 of those yards coming after the catch YAK and a perfect 100% catch rate. Spears aligned both in the backfield and as a slot receiver on 11 snaps, functioning as a check down and pressure release option whenever the Chargers sent 5-man pressures. His route tree consisted exclusively of short area, concepts such as swings, flares, and shallow crosses. With an average depth of target ADOT of 2.8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, highlighting how his production relied on post-catch creation rather than air yard volume. Despite operating entirely in the short game, Spears generated an impressive plus 0.27 expected points added EPA per target, which tied for the team lead and reflected elite efficiency relative to opportunity. He forced 3 missed tackles on his 4 receptions and averaged 10.75 YAC per catch, second best mark among all NFL running backs that week. His 43 YAC yards accounted for over 90% of his total receiving output, and he secured 1 first down. Spears' performance illustrated his growing role as an Alvin Kamara-style hybrid, capable of extending drives through quick game spacing and run-pass option RPO flare concepts. Against the Chargers linebackers, Daiyan Henley and Denzel Perryman, Spears repeatedly exploited soft zones and flat space coverage breakdowns, particularly when Los Angeles rotated into cover 3 buzz structures. In a backfield comparison, Spears clearly outperformed Tony Pollard and Kimani Vidal as a receiving weapon. While Pollard caught 2 passes for 12 yards, Spears 47 receiving yards and plus 0.29 EPA per target represented a 4-fold advantage in efficiency. His checkdown consistency provided critical support to quarterback Cam Ward, whose short passing accounted for Tennessee's only positive EPA segment of the game. Spears' metrics, 100% catch rate, 11.8 yards per target, and 25% first down rate, solidified his position as the Titans' most efficient skill player through the air. Aiyonomo, vertical production and explosiveness. Wide receiver Aiyonomo was Tennessee's lone vertical threat and produced the team's only explosive completions of the game. He was targeted 5 times, catching 3 passes for 48 yards, including the Titans' longest gain of the day, a 30-yard post route that came off play action. That single play accounted for over 30% of the team's total receiving yardage. Aiyonomo's receiving chart reflected a distinct vertical profile. 60% of his targets came at intermediate or deep depths 10+ yards, and his average depth of target ADOT of 17.2 yards was the highest on the team by a wide margin. His most impactful moment came on a deep post route between the numbers, where he beat cornerback Dante Jackson and tracked the ball through the seam for a 30-yard completion against cover 3. The remaining 2 catches came on short throws, a quick out for 7 yards, and a dig route for 11 yards. Both featuring strong YAC. Altogether, he averaged 7.0 YAC per reception, contributing a +0. 23 EPA per target, which ranked first among all Titans wide receivers. Despite a modest 60% catch rate, his route efficiency was undeniable, as he accounted for both of Cam Ward's completions that traveled over 20 air yards. Aiyonomo faced tight coverage on nearly every rep, drawing matchups with cornerback Darrell Baker Jr. and safety Derwin James Jr., both of whom contested him on 4 of his 5 targets. Even with limited separation, 2.6 yards on average, Aiyonomo's route tracking and body control allowed him to succeed in tight windows. His performance underscored his growing importance as Tennessee's hybrid Z receiver, combining boundary speed with inside seam leverage to stretch defenses vertically and horizontally. Statistically, Aiyonomo posted 9.6 yards per target, a 20% explosive play rate, and 2 first downs on his 3 receptions. His contributions complemented Spears' underneath efficiency, giving Tennessee its only balanced combination of vertical stretch and short yardage reliability. Quarterback Cam Ward's passing profile against the Chargers illustrated the conservative and rhythm-based nature of the Titans' offense. He attempted 22 passes on 27 dropbacks, completing 1359.1% for 148 yards at 6.7 yards per attempt. While he avoided turnovers, the scheme limited his explosive potential. His best throws came from play-action sequences, particularly on crosses and seam routes, where he averaged 8.7 yards per attempt and a +0.25 EPA per play. Ward's short passing game 0, 9 yards was his most efficient zone, completing all 6 attempts for 70 yards plus 0.15 EPA per attempt, largely fueled by Spears' YXA output. Ward's deep passing, however, was inconsistent. He connected on only 1 of 3 throws beyond 20 yards, the 30-yard strike to Aiyonomo, while the other 2 attempts were overthrown or broken up. Under pressure, his effectiveness dropped dramatically. The Chargers pressured him on 44% of dropbacks, and he produced 0.15 EPA per play when hurried compared to +0.08 when kept clean. His average depth of target ADOT of 7.8 yards reflected Tennessee's RPO run-pass option, emphasis, and play-action heavy system, designed to mask pass protection weaknesses. Overall, Ward's passing distribution reinforced the Titans' identity as a controlled short to intermediate attack with limited vertical aggressiveness. Spears' production underneath and Aiyonomo's downfield reliability accounted for the majority of Tennessee's positive EPA output in the game. Together, they combined for 8 of Ward's 13 completions, 61.5%, and all 3 of his plays that gained 20 or more yards through the air or after the catch. In total, Tennessee's passing offense produced 148 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a composite EPA of plus 0.03 per play. A modest efficiency figure built entirely on short yardage precision and isolated deep completions. The combination of TJ Spears' open field creation and Elic Aiyonomo's vertical spacing represented the only consistent offensive threats in a game, otherwise dominated by the Chargers' defensive front and coverage integrity. Titans' offense showed flashes of individual efficiency from select contributors but struggled overall with inconsistent pass protection and limited perimeter separation. According to Pro Football Focus PFF data, Tennessee's offense logged 47 total snaps, with a nearly even 60-40th run-pass split, finishing with an average offensive grade of 56.3, a subpar mark that reflected the contrast between elite tight end execution and ongoing issues along the offensive line and wide receiver core. Gunnar Helm, elite tight end efficiency. Tight end Gunnar Helm delivered Tennessee's best offensive performance, earning a team high 81.3 overall offensive grade and an 89.6 receiving grade. Across 21 total snaps, 7 pass plays, 12 run plays, Helm was flawless in execution, securing the Titans' only intermediate completion, a 15-yard seam catch on play action, while maintaining strong dual-phase blocking. He recorded a 72.4 pass blocking grade and a 59.4 run blocking grade, reflecting well-rounded value as both a protector and receiver. Helm's seam route generated plus 0.34. Expected points added EPA, the Titans' single most efficient pass play of the game. The Titans' offensive line continued to exhibit polarity between its right and left sides. Right tackle J.C. Latham graded as the team's top run blocker with an 83.2 run blocking grade and an overall mark of 63.3, consistently sealing the right edge for productive runs by TJ Spears and Tony Pollard. However, his 43.3 pass blocking grade reflected vulnerability against Chargers edge rusher Odafe A, who frequently generated pressure. Right guard Kevin Zeitler provided stability with a 69.8 run blocking grade and 56.0 pass blocking score, continuing his role as the veteran anchor of the interior line. At center, Lloyd Cushenberry III remained Tennessee's steadiest pass protector with an 83.3 pass blocking grade and a 54.2 overall grade, allowing only 1 hurry across 28 dropbacks. The left side of the line, however, was problematic. Left tackle Dan Moore Jr. and left guard Peter Skoronski combined to allow 10 of the team's 15 total pressures. Moore finished with a 44.0 overall grade, including a 41.4 pass grade and a 51.0 run blocking grade, as he struggled against Chargers edge rushers Tuli Chupulatu and Owe. Skoronski fared little better, posting a 44.2 overall grade with a 51.5 pass blocking score and a 44.4 run blocking mark, failing to contain stunts and interior penetration. As a result, the Titans' average offensive line pass blocking grade was just 52.4, with a run blocking average of 62.1, efficient on duo and counter schemes, but erratic in zone protection. Overall, Tennessee's left side allowed the majority of quarterback pressures that forced Cam Ward's minus 0.17 EPA per dropback under pressure, underscoring the offense's limited ceiling. TJ Spears, operating as the Titans' most dynamic back, earned a 62.0 overall grade with strong marks in both protection and receiving. He posted a 65.0 receiving grade and a 74.1 pass blocking grade, complementing a 58.8 rushing score. Spears' dual threat usage included checkdown receptions and zone runs, making him one of the few players to generate positive EPA, Tony Pollard. Though explosive at times, graded lower at 46.2 overall. Offsetting a solid 72.7 pass blocking grade and 64.6, receiving grade with 2 fumbles that diminished his offensive impact. Among pass catchers, Aiyonomo was Tennessee's most active wide receiver, recording an overall grade of 60.2 and a 62.2 receiving score. His performance included a deep post reception for 30 yards, the Titans' only explosive pass play of the game, though a drop-deep comeback route limited his consistency. Van Jefferson contributed moderate efficiency, earning a 59.9 offensive grade and catching 1 intermediate dig route for 21 yards. Slot receiver James Proche II impeded usage, posting a 66.4 overall goal grade and a 91.6 run blocking MAC. Demonstrating exceptional technique sealing edge lanes on outside zone runs. Conversely, Dike posted the lowest grade on the offense with a 34.2 overall score, managing no separation on 8 routes and finishing with a min isolation on 8 routes, and finishing with a -0.24 EPA per target. His inability to win against man coverage rendered him ineffective in both short area and vertical roles. The Titans' tight end group presented a sharp contrast. While Helm was dominant, Chigosium Okonkwo struggled significantly, earning a 48.0 overall grade with a 33.5 pass blocking score and 44.8 run blocking mark, allowing 2 pressures and failing to create any downfield separation. His inefficiency in both blocking and receiving limited Tennessee's use of dual tight end formations. Backup tight end David Martin Robinson logged 3 snaps with a 60.0 overall grade, showing small sample effectiveness as a supplementary inline blocker. Quarterback and system context. Quarterback Cam Ward completed an efficient but low-ceiling performance, earning a 55.3 offensive grade and a 55.9 passing score while adding a 60.2 rushing mark. He completed 13 of 22 passes for 148 yards, 6.7 yards per attempt with 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, operating within Tennessee's play action and run-pass option framework. Ward faced 44% pressure on dropbacks, largely due to left side blocking breakdowns. Despite the duress, he avoided turnovers and maintained control of the offense, though limited deep accuracy and slow timing prevented explosive production. Analytical summary and efficiency trends. The Titans' offense remained anchored by its right side trench performance and tight end execution, but was undermined by protection failures and lackluster receiver separation. Statistically, the team generated +0, 0.3 EPA per play with +0, 10 EPA on rushing plays and -0.04 EPA on passing plays. Tennessee's most efficient offensive zone was the right side rushing lane behind Latham and Zeitler, where the unit posted a 45% success rate compared to just 28% on left edge carries. In sum, Week 9 underscored Tennessee's structural imbalance. The right side of the offensive line, Latham, Zeitler, Cushenberry, consistently created running lanes and protected adequately, while the left side, Morskowronski, collapsed under pressure. Gunnar Helm's all-around dominance, combined with TIA Spears' dual-threat usage, provided rare bright spots in an otherwise inconsistent offensive effort. However, the Titans' lack of vertical separation, red zone inefficiency, and pass protection breakdowns capped their scoring potential, leaving the unit as an efficient but low-ceiling offense that relied heavily on play action. The Titans' coverage unit failed to sync its second level and secondary responsibilities against Los Angeles' layered passing concepts, while Barton and Diggs offered isolated stability. Miscommunication and flat zone breakdowns produced 3 touchdowns and high EPA efficiency for the Chargers. Missed tackles and poor zone depth turned short throws into chain-moving gains, allowing Los Angeles to dictate tempo and sustain drives. The performance underscored Tennessee's persistent coverage cohesion issues and its need for improved spacing and reaction discipline at the second level. Tennessee relied heavily on quarters and cover 3 buzz zone shells, but crossing routes, tight end benders, and layered concepts repeatedly split those coverages. 4 explosive plays Allen 31 IDs, Johnston 23, Okonkwo 37, Gadsden 34 accounted for approximately 43% of the Chargers' passing yardage. Safety rotation lacked consistency, Diggs maintained depth, while Hooker's delayed angles added YAK, analytical takeaway. The Titans' defensive design and execution both failed to mask personnel deficiencies. Linebacker coverage collapses, outside corner leverage losses, and late safety support produced one of Tennessee's weakest coverage performances of 2025. Plus 0.27 EPA per play allowed. The contrast between Barton's discipline and Gray's exposure epitomized the broader structural problem. Poor communication, inconsistent leverage, and exploitable intermediate spacing. Los Angeles executed a precise bend, but don't break strategy, allowing no passing touchdowns and only 2 explosive gains. The Titans completed 13 of 15 passes, 86.7% for 155 yards, 10.3 yards per target, but were limited to short throws and quick-hitting designs. Quantitative breakdown. Wide receivers, 74 yards on 7 targets, 14.8 yards per reception, plus 0. 12 EPA per play. Tight ends, 20 yards on 2 targets, 10.0 per reception, plus 0. 0.5 EPA per play. Running backs, 61 yards on 6 targets, 10.2 per reception, plus 0. 10 EPA per play. Los Angeles kept all gains manageable, allowing modest yards yet maintaining red zone integrity and prepare scheme and execution. The Chargers favored zone coverage depth over press techniques, emphasizing spacing and post-catch tackling. Hart and James coordinated rotations on seam and slot routes, keeping YAC under 10 yards per play. Linebackers absorbed checkdowns within zone limits, surrendering completions, but preventing drive-extending explosives. Average YAC versus linebackers was 7.8 yards, yet no touchdowns were allowed. Analytical takeaway. Los Angeles produced a model of controlled assignment sound football. Hart's consistency, James's range, and disciplined tackling across all defenders held Tennessee to 0 passing touchdowns and only 2 explosive plays. The Chargers' defensive coverage combined conservative zone spacing with situational awareness, exemplifying a textbook bend, but don't break execution and ranking among their cleanest coverage efforts of 2025. Synthesis. Tennessee's defense was undone by linebacker coverage failures and perimeter leverage losses that created sustained, expected points added for Los Angeles. Los Angeles, conversely, accepted short completions but executed disciplined tackling to erase explosive scoring threats. The matchup encapsulated 2 opposing defensive philosophies: the Titans' vulnerable zone transition scheme against the Chargers' patient containment approach. Final conclusion week 9/2025 showcased the disparity in coverage cohesion between these AFC teams. The Titans' breakdowns in underneath zones and inconsistent linebacker depth produced one of their poorest analytical outings of the year, while the Chargers demonstrated composure, sound communication, and situational control. The result? A data-driven case study in how schematic structure and second-level discipline can decide coverage efficiency and, ultimately, game flow. Strategic and analytical context. Despite the strong front 7 performance, Tennessee's pass rush impact was diluted by coverage breakdowns behind it. Although the defensive line consistently won at the point of attack, the secondary allowed 249 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, preventing the rush from translating into game-changing stops. Still, from a schematic standpoint, the Titans maintained excellent edge containment, preventing bootlegs and extended scrambles. Blitz frequency was moderate and situational. Gray served as the primary inside blitzer, while Barton dropped into coverage on the majority of passing downs. Final assessment overall. The Titans' front 7 displayed impressive coordination and efficiency, with Dr. Jones, Jihad Ward, and Sebastian Joseph Day forming the nucleus of a pass rush unit that kept the Chargers quarterback under consistent duress. The team's 21 pressures, 5 sacks and 14% marked to be Barch one of its most productive rushing outputs of the 2025 season. Gaby sont behoud the Chugrischen outputs of the 2020. However, the disconnect between a strong pressure rate and vulnerable coverage prevented Tennessee from fully capitalizing on its defensive front's success. The data ultimately portrays a defense that won decisively in the trenches but lacked the complementary coverage discipline to turn pressure into pivotal stops.
Chargers' defensive front delivered a balanced and efficient pass rush performance against the Tennessee Titans, complementing their coverage units clean, no touchdown outing. Across all rushers, the Chargers produced 15 total quarterback pressures, including 5 sacks, 1 quarterback hit, and 9 hurries, converting pressure into quarterback contact on roughly 33% of all pressures. The defense recorded an estimated team pass rush productivity PRP score of approximately 13.0, slightly above the league average, and achieved a true pass set success rate of 75%, meaning they consistently compressed the pocket in traditional dropback situations. Team-level pass rush efficiency. As a unit, the Chargers' pressure generation was distributed, but anchored by their elite edge duo. Owe and Tuipulotu combined for 7 total pressures and 3 sacks, responsible for nearly 60% of all team pressure. The interior trio of Tart, Ibwagbi, and Naquan Jones produced consistent pocket compression, ensuring that quarterback escapes were minimal. Los Angeles operated primarily from a hybrid 4-2-5 front, often widening its defensive ends in wide 9 alignments to isolate tackles and maximize edge rush angles. Additionally, the Chargers mixed in safety blitzes from James and zone sim pressures featuring Henley to create confusion in Tennessee's pass protection. Analytical insights. The edge tandem of Oweth and Tuipulotu represented the backbone of Los Angeles' pass rush identity, generating high-quality pressures and accounting for all but 2 of the team's sacks. The interior rotation provided complementary collapse rather than raw sack production. But Tart's and Ibwagbi's pressure contributions were instrumental in flushing the quarterback toward help defenders. Blitz disguise packages featuring Derwin James and Dion Henley added tactical diversity, forcing quicker throws and eliminating intermediate reads on 3rd downs. Collectively, the Chargers' defense allowed 0 passing touchdowns, demonstrating excellent coordination between rush and coverage. EPA and impact assessment. From an efficiency standpoint, Los Angeles pressure presence was decisive. Plays where the Chargers generated pressure yielded approximately 0.3. 2. Expected points added per play. While unpressured dropbacks averaged plus 0.10 EPA per play, illustrating a tangible 0.42 EPA swing in favor of the defense. This translated directly to situational success. The Titans were forced into shorter throws, limited to 168 total passing yards, and produced no completions longer than 30 yards once under duress. Final evaluation overall. The Chargers' front combined speed, depth, and schematic balance to execute one of their most cohesive pass rush performances of the season. The synergy between the edges Owe and Tuipulotu, the interior rotation, Tart and Ibwagbi, and selective blitz packages, James and Henley, created a fully complementary front 7 performance. With 5 sacks, 15 total pressures, and consistent pocket compression, Los Angeles not only dictated the tempo of Tennessee's passing game, but also perfectly reinforced its coverage discipline, resulting in a dominant, touchdown-free defensive showing emblematic of a top-tier rush and cover integration model.